So good afternoon, all. Welcome. It's Judith. I'm filling in for Sharon today only. As you know, this is a 45-minute stretch and strength class. The only prop you would need essentially would be a chair. I just mentioned a few minutes ago, preferably no arms and definitely no wheels. So you can stay in the same room with us. If perchance you do have props you would like to have handy, they might be yoga blocks. But if you don't have them, don't worry. Or maybe a yoga strap or a scarf or a belt that we could use as a substitute. And you may or may not wish to have hand weights. You may not have them, but if you do, I have a set of 1-pounders and a set of 2-pounders. So if you want to add a little bit more challenge to it, just make sure you're mindful about it and know that your body is ready for it. So we'll start by sitting in the chair, and I'll sit back so you can see. So I usually recommend sitting a little bit farther forward in the seat of the chair so you're not, collapsing into the back of the seat of the chair. So probably more towards the front half of the seat than the back, and then sitting nice and tall. Let's just start by rolling some shoulders here as you align the crown of the head up with your tailbone, the coccyx bone. So you have a nice alignment there. And you're just going to start rolling some shoulders, nice and easy. So you're drawing an imaginary invisible circle there with your shoulders. And they may not feel the same on right or left, but just noticing that. Take a nice, easy roll of the shoulders. They might be popping and crunching. Do not be alarmed. You're moving it around. We're pumping synovial fluid into the joint, and that's the fluid that keeps the joint lubricated, flexible, liftable, movable. Let's take the shoulders the other way, back up, forward and down. Opposite direction. Hands nice and gentle by the side of the chair. Oh. And let's do it a few more times in this direction. Ooh. And then bringing that to stillness. Now the 4 corners of each foot is rooting into the earth, so you have a nice stable base. Let's take the arms by the side of the body. Let's inhale up, big full breath. Exhale, press it down by the side of the body. So filling those lungs all the way up, all the way down to the bottom lobes of the lungs. Inhale, exhale, press it away. Inhale, oxygenating the system. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do 2 more of these. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Let's take those arms up one more time. Inhale. This time you're just going to turn gently to the right. That front hand could grab the side of the thigh. Maybe the back arm, the right arm could just loop around the back of the chair. Maybe not. You can adjust to what kind of chair you're sitting in. Couple of breaths here. And let's come back to center. Arm sweep through center. Exhale, twisting to the left. Noticing range of motion on either side. Are they the same? Maybe, maybe not. Let's come back to center. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. This time you've got your left hand outside that right thigh, and we're in a little seated twist here. So we're going to slightly open. Inhale, slightly open. Exhale, squeeze and turn. Inhale, slightly open. Exhale, squeeze and turn. 2 more. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Now the arms are going to sweep back through center. Inhale. Exhale, twisting now to the left. So that right hand comes outside the outer left thigh. My back arm is grasping the back of the chair. You're going to slightly release. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze and turn. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn. Inhale, slightly release. Squeeze it. Last one, inhale. Slightly release and then squeeze and turn. So you're coming back through center. Let's take the arms up and then just float them down, nice and easy. And maybe the hands can go on the tops of the thighs, not try to avoid the knee joint. And maybe the legs want to come slightly wider. And focusing your attention there on that rib cage, the torso, we're going to start circling the ribs. So imagine you're on the inside of a barrel and you're trying to get those ribs to touch each point on that 360-degree circle. So it's the rib cage initiating the motion. Everything else goes along for the ride, and you're grounding through those sits bones on the chair and also through those feet. So nice and gentle, you're circling those ribs. Whee! A couple more in this direction. And then we're going to find the opportunity to go the other way. Circling and circling. Nice and gentle. Deep, full breaths. Don't forget to breathe. You're coordinating that breath with the movement. You might want to just focus on that breath as a meditation as we move through the practice, helping you focus your attention. Let's corkscrew back to center now. Arms can float up one more time. This time you want to interlace fingers together and press those palms up to the sky. Now those upper arms frame the head so that that alignment is still happening with the coccyx bone. And you're pressing the palms up towards the sky. You're trying your best to drop the shoulders away from the ears so you get a nice long stretch in those arms. Inhale, palms face the ceiling. Exhale, slight rounding, squeeze the navel to spine, hands come in front of the chest. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, squeezing. Nice and easy. Just like this, inhaling, stretching those fingers. Lifting on the inhale. Exhale and squeeze as you bring them in front of the chest. Let's do 4 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now, if it's available, hands can come back overhead. Unleash those fingers, and then if it's available, grab opposite elbows. So grounding through those feet. Now, a modified version of this would be taking that right hand to the side of the chair and assisting yourself that way. Otherwise, grab opposite elbows. Inhale, lifting through the crown of the head here. Exhale, tilting over to the right. Chest stays square to the front of your space or your screen, back to center. Inhale, exhale, coming back to center. Exhale, side. Inhale, center. Exhale, side. Inhale, center. Now modify as you need, especially if you have shoulder issues. 2 more each side. Inhale, exhale, exhale, inhale. Very nice. Let's float the arms down by the side of the body, shake everything out. And let's just bounce the legs a bit here, get some action going in the legs, blood flow, moving. And again, the idea is to sit more forward on the seat of the chair instead of collapsing into the back of the chair. You could do this one standing as well. So you decide what's appropriate. Lift your right heel up, press it back down. Lift left heel up, press it back down. So we're doing a little bicycle pedaling with the feet, getting some blood flow going into those toes, the ankles, the foot. We tend to forget about the feet until they start hurting. So we're going to give some love to our feet today. Nice and gentle. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take both heels down, lift the right heel up, and just start circling that ankle. You might want to reposition the foot so you get more of a circle. And then it's the ankle joint that's initiating the movement. So the thigh and the knee and everything else just goes along for the ride. So we're strengthening the ankles, hopefully. And this can help with fall prevention, catching yourself in time, perhaps. And let's go the other direction, circling those ankles. Again, you might notice some popping and crunching. If you're still alive, so it's all good. Usually it's just air, oxygen, or gas in the joint. And then we're bringing that to stillness and placing that heel down. You're going to lift your left heel, and then you're going to start circling that left ankle. And you don't have to race through this. Again, if you notice any spots along the way that feel tight or sticky or dark or painful, you could pause there, breathe into them, and then keep moving the ankle. And then going the other direction, nice and gentle, for 4, 3, lifting that heel high, 2, and 1. Very nice. Let's take the heels down, and let's just go ahead and bounce the legs one more time. For this one, if you want to add a weight to this, you can. It's strictly optional, not required. Let's take the feet nice and wide, the legs wide. You're sitting forward on the seat of the chair. I've got a weight in my hand. It could be a block. It could be nothing. So we're just going to inhale up. And then you're going to, with a flat back, lead with the sternum, exhale forward. Maybe you touch the earth, maybe you don't. Inhale up. Just going to your optimum stretch. Exhale forward. Engage abdominals here. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Big full breaths. Inhaling. Exhaling. Lifting and stretching. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then coming back to sitting, let's heel toe those feet back together. You might want to grab the side of your chair for this one. And let's just see if you can extend that leg forward, that right leg. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. We'll put it down between each extension. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 4, 3, 2, and 1. That foot comes down. Maybe shake the legs a bit. Recalibrate. Same idea with the left leg. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Exhale, inhale for 4, 3, sitting tall, 2, and 1. Now we've got those thighs warmed. Let's take them wide one more time now. So from here, we're just going to take that right forearm and press it inside the right thigh, that soft part of the thigh. Avoid the knee joint. And we're just going to go ahead and take that arm up to the top, tilting over to the right. The chest stays squared to the front of your space. If the top arm is too much, fingertips to shoulder, or possibly to that hip. So you can roll that shoulder up, back, and down and look over the shoulder to the wall behind you. In the meantime, you're pressing that right forearm into the thigh into the forearm. And you're breathing for 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody's fingertips can come to the shoulder now. And we're going to circle that elbow, drawing another invisible circle here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go the opposite direction just for 4 and 3. Modify as you need. 2 and 1. Very nice. Let's take that arm back over and around. Shake everything out, and we'll do the other side. Left forearm goes into left thigh. Left thigh presses into left forearm. You're sitting with the chest square to the front of your space. That top arm can be up tall. You need to modify fingertips to shoulder, maybe hand to hip. Roll the shoulder, look over the shoulder to the wall behind you. You choose what suits you best. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody's fingertips comes to the shoulder, circling that elbow. For 4, 3, noticing the differences between the two sides. 2 and 1, and reversing. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Let's do 2 more. Inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale. Very nice. Let's go ahead and just heel toe the feet together. And as you come, now remember those 4 corners of each foot, and just think about, let's just lift the toes up and then press the toes down, lifting and placing them down. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And so when you come in to your standing, you're going to have the weight evenly distributed. You're going to mindfully stand up, inhale, exhale, come up out of the chair. Let's roll the shoulders a few times here. And now let's go ahead and just take the legs a nice wider than, say, the shoulders. And we're just going to start swinging the arms here. So you might want to lift the opposite heel as you swing in the other direction, or not. Or maybe you can ease into it after you've gotten into the rhythm of this. So we'll start by just massaging the torso here. We're massaging the vital organs here in the middle. In Qigong, this is called your Qi belt. It's the only horizontal meridian in the body. And we're bringing blood flow, we're waking up those organs, the liver, the heart, the lungs, the kidneys. And so when you hit the back, the kidneys are up a little bit higher. Maybe you want to tap there in the back. And then once you get the arms going, take your time and look over each shoulder to the wall behind you. So it's not just flailing the arms, it's twisting the spine. So the spine is like a dish rag that you're squeezing water out of it, and we're pumping fresh blood and oxygen into those areas. A few more just like this, finding your own rhythm and pace. And then we're going to bring the hands to the front, and either with a soft fist or the heel of the hand, you can tap under the clavicle, the collarbone. That's the front point of the lung. So we want to keep those lungs open and moving and flowing, pumping, nice and gentle. Not a death pump here. And so then we're going to then tap yourself on the shoulder. So that's the back point of the lung. Nice and easy. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then corkscrewing back to center, nice and gentle. And then coming back. And this time the hips, maybe the feet will be about hip width apart. Let's take the hands to the hips and just start circling those hips. The pelvis, the hip crease, the psoas, these all get nice and tight from sitting and driving and hunching over computers and hunching over shopping carts. So we're going to take the time, again, trying to hit each point on that invisible circle. And if you find a spot that feels tight or sticky, hang out there for a minute, breathe into it, and then keep going. Just identifying where the body is complaining. Let's go ahead and go the other direction. Inhale forward, exhale, squeeze navel to spine as you go back. A few more swirls in this direction. And then let's corkscrew back to center. The feet can stay exactly where they are, same width. And you might want to keep the hands on the hips to start. And we'll just do a little baby squat, knees track over toes. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's add some arms, maybe. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and you're going to stay down on 1. Little pulses here. Maybe the arms go forward. Maybe they could come up if forward is too much. So we're pumping little pulses here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Arms come out, nice and easy. Open up the chest, super wide. Big breath here. Inhale up. Open it. Exhale. Cross the arms in front of the chest. Give yourself a hug. Inhale. Really open those arms. Open the chest. Exhale. Opposite arm on top. Give yourself a hug. A slight bend with the spine, not huge. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Very nice. Let's float the arms down. Shake anything out that feels like it needs shaking. And now from here, we're going to take little bird hands. So the 4 fingers come together and that meets the thumb. So you have your like little bird hands here. All right. So you've got your bird hands going. The feet could be about hip distance apart. We're going to just stretch the arms out to the side. Now keeping that chest nice and open, just how we worked on it. Your beaks point up to the sky, and just moving the wrists, you're going to start circling those wrists. Sort of like isolating it here. So you're hoping, you're breathing here, nice and gentle. Taking that breath all the way down to the bottom lobes of the lungs. It's okay to say ow, we're all muted. A few more in this direction. And then going the other way. See if you can keep the movement isolated to the wrist. So it's not the arms moving. It's just the wrists and those fingers. Nice and gentle for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that to stillness. Shake out those fingers. Now the fingers are wide, really wide, and the palms face forward. And we're just going to stretch the arms like you're trying to touch the side walls here. 3 big breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now the palms face the earth. Let's do little pulses here, like you're bouncing an invisible ball. 3 big breaths here. Let's bring the bouncing to stillness. Now the thumbs face the floor. Little pulses to that back wall behind you. 2 more breaths, big full breaths. That comes to stillness. Let's try and twist those wrists so that the little fingers point to the sky as best you can. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's a practice, not a perfect. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Float those arms down slowly, like it's floating through honey, and just shake out those arms as soon as you get to the bottom, and just shake them out. So this is kind of a fun one. This is a Qigong move. Imagine you're standing in a stream, you've got fruit in your hand, and you're just washing that fruit. So you're just rotating those arms. I'm washing mangoes. But you're basically just making that movement from where that bone locks into the pelvic, the shoulder girdle. So you're just loosening things, you're getting blood flow, you're getting synovial fluid in there. And then just shake out the hands. Very nice, guys. Okay, we're going to use the chair as a prop. So I'm going to move the chair so that I'm facing the back of the chair here. And since we've done some warming up of the muscles and the ligaments, let's just do a little back stretch here. So you're going to take the back of your chair with your hands. You're going to take them firmly there, and then just walk the feet back. And then you're going to drop the chest down like you're trying to get your chest close to the tops of your thighs. Now, the legs are straight, but the knees aren't locked. The head is not dangling. It's still lined up with your tailbone. So you're imagining you're taking your chest all the way to the tops of your thighs, but you're going to stop when you get to your optimum stretch, not your maximum. This is a modified down dog in yoga. And you're really getting a nice stretch for the entire back body. And if it's available, see if you can lift the right heel, place it down, lift the left heel, place it down, right and left. A few like this, no forcing. Side to side for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to stillness with the feet. Hands come up to the backs of your chair. As you lift yourself up, triple slow time, abdominals are engaged, and one foot comes forward, the second foot joins it, and just shake everything out. Pausing here, recalibrating. Now I won't mirror you for this, but the toes point forward. The feet are probably hip distance apart, a little wider than hip distance. Right foot is forward, left foot is back. The torso wants to stay upright for this part, and you're stretching out this hamstring in the back. So you're just getting that feeling, and each foot is straight, like it's on a railroad track. It's an individual railroad track. You're going to lift the back heel. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that back heel lifted now. This front right foot might cheat forward just a little. That right knee is slightly bent. You're going to keep the back heel lifted. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Inhale and exhale. Pumping those legs for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay forward. Both knees are slightly bent. You're going to tilt forward with the torso, maybe 20 degrees, maybe not that far. That back heel is still lifted. Your abdominals are engaged. Crown of head still lines up with tailbone. Maybe one arm wants to come forward. You're strengthening this right run quad, and then the left arm comes forward as well. Maybe, maybe not. Just do what you need to do for 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying right here. Inhale, exhale, one arm back, bring it forward. Inhale, exhale, other arm back and bring it forward for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One hand comes down, second hand comes down, left foot comes forward to meet the right. Shake out those feet and legs. And just noticing right side of the body and left side of the body. This time it's the left foot is forward, the right foot goes back. The torso stays upright for this portion. You're going to lift that back right heel. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That back heel stays lifted. You're going to cheat maybe that left foot a little bit farther forward, maybe. And both knees are going to bend. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay down on 1. Here's where we tilt forward with the torso, maybe 20 degrees, strengthening the left front quad. Maybe the hands stay on the back of the chair, but maybe one arm comes forward. Maybe the second arm comes forward. Little balance here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, one arm comes back. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Side to side for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. One hand comes down, second hand comes down, right foot meets the left. And just shake out those legs, shake out the feet. Say hello to your feet. Now this next portion will be the heels come together and then the toes point outward about 30 to 45 degrees. It's first position in ballet. If you have any dancers out there, you're going to face the back of your chair and you're going to lift up on those toes. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Inhale, lift. Heels press to the earth for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We lift those heels. Maybe you want to stay right here. Now here you need to find a point that doesn't move. It's called a drishti point in yoga. It will help with balance. Maybe you want to lift one arm away from the back of the chair. Maybe you don't. You're still balancing on your toes. Maybe a second arm can come up. Shoulders drop away from ears. Fingers stretch to the sky for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One arm comes down, second arm comes down, heels float down, shake it out. Well done. Okay, we can return to the chair. Maybe you want to have a weight, maybe you don't. We may or may not go to them, I don't know. Just, we'll see. If you do have blocks, however, grab them. If you don't worry. So I like to place the blocks in front of like a little table. And we're going to cross right ankle over top of the left thigh. Right ankle over top of the left thigh. You're sitting tall in your chair and you're avoiding the knee joint, right? You're going to flex that top right foot and you're going to externally rotate that top right foot. It just will go just a little tiny way. But the minute you externally rotate that foot, you should feel it in your hip, your right hip. So we're going to float those arms up, nice and easy. Inhale, leading with the sternum, the back is flat. You're going to tilt forward, forward, forward. If you have very long arms, you might reach the floor. Mine aren't reaching the floor, but you might reach blocks with fists or hands. The back is still flat and the head is not dangling, but if you can't manage either of those, then grab opposite elbows and see how close you can get your chest to the top of that thigh. So you find your optimum stretch here. You're not going to jam it or force it. And maybe little rocks from side to side might feel interesting here or not. I like the little rocks. And we'll stay here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh boy, coming to stillness. Now the hands can come to thighs, not the knees. And you're going to press with a flat back all the way up, triple slow time, nice and easy. We'll unwind that leg and just take your right hand on your right knee and let's just circle that knee. Very nice. And go in both directions. And then we're going to return that leg forward. The knee is still bent, and you've got your hands behind the back of the right thigh, not the knee. I'll do this a little bit in profile so you can see. You're sitting tall. You might want to use a strap around the ball of the foot if you've got a strap available. So it's inhale, bend, exhale, straighten for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Rebend, float that foot down, shake out the legs, and we'll go to the other side. So left ankle crosses on top of right thigh, not the knee joint. And you're going to flex that top left foot. You're going to externally rotate that foot. And once again, we'll float those arms up overhead. Inhale. Back is flat, chest leads, sternum leads. Exhale over. Maybe the hands go to your blocks. Maybe they go to the earth. If they don't go either of those places, you can just cross your elbows, grab opposite elbows, and just rock from side to side, maybe. Try not to let the head dangle here. You should feel a huge stretch in that outer left hip. Big full breaths now into that back body. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then coming back to center and folding those arms. You can press into the thighs, not the knees, as you float yourself up. Let's go ahead and grab behind the back of the thigh. And we're just going to circle that hip joint. You can use your hand on the knee very gently and circle in both directions. And then I'll do this in profile. Left forearm comes behind the back of the thigh, not the knee. You're sitting as tall as you can in your chair. Foot is flexed. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Load it down. Shake out the legs, shake out the legs, shake out the legs. Very nice. Let's just do a little bit for abdominals, and then we're going to do our feet. Foot time. So again, you're more, I'll do this in profile so you can see. Right. So you're more towards the front of the seat of the chair. You're not collapsed in the back of the chair. Crown of head, lining up with tailbone. Your back, imagine your back is as straight as a diving board. And you're just going to now tilt back that diving board back till you hit the back of your chair. And maybe you want to lift one leg up to your chest, and maybe you don't. Maybe you want to do one side and then do the other side. I'm going to do both together. So you're going to draw those legs up and you're squeezing those abdominals. Let's flutter the feet. We're swimming. It's a hot day and we're swimming. We're fluttering those feet. We're squeezing abdominals for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're bringing those feet to stillness. You're going to float one leg down, float the second leg down, shake anything out that needs shaking. Okay, now cross right foot over that thigh, just like we were. This time we're going to massage our feet, and you're going to grab your 5 toes with your hand, and you're going to just start flapping those toes. You're sitting tall in your chair. So you're like fanning. That's the motion you're doing. It's a hot day in Santa Fe. And you're just going to flap those toes back and forth, getting some blood going, waking them up. And then once you feel like you've done a good job with the flapping, you're going to take each individual toe from the base of the toe all the way to the end of the nail, and you're giving it a nice, steady, firm massage, giving some love to each toe. And if you find, tender spots there, you can take a little more time, rubbing and kneading. Make sure you start at the base and you go all the way to the end of the nail, giving each toe some love. We cannot perambulate without our toes. And so here we get to the big toe. And once you feel like you've done a decent job on the massaging of the toes, you're going to take your fingers, and I just like to say rummage around underneath the bottom side of the toes. We don't ever go there very often, all right? And then once you've rummaged around in there, you're going to take your two thumbs and you're going to start massaging the big toe ball mound and the little toe ball mound of this foot, working your way in towards the center. Again, identifying any sore spots that you might find. And then you're going to work your way down the inner edge and the outer edge of the foot. You're going to massage the arch, nice and steady. And then you're going to hit the heel. You're going to massage that heel the best way you can think of. I'm using all of my fingers to do that. And then I'm going to take my two hands and alternate rubbing the ankle, rubbing the ankle. And then when that feels complete, I like to take the bird hand again and just go along the top of the foot, moving down the trough of the bones of the foot, massaging it nice and gently, but firmly. And when you feel complete with that part, just make a soft fist with the opposite hand and just give a little pound to the arch, waking it up, that magical place of your arch. And then taking the two hands, you're going to pat the entire foot, the heel, the ankle. And if you want to get more boisterous, you can give it a good slap. Whee! And then bringing all of that to stillness, you're going to unwind that foot and notice how that foot feels compared to the other foot. Huge difference for me, for sure. Let's cross the left ankle over the top of the right thigh. The left ankle over top of the right thigh. You're going to take your hand and you're going to flap those toes. It's a hot day in Santa Fe. You're fanning yourself. You're fanning those toes, giving them a wiggle, bringing blood into the foot and the toes. And once you finish with your fanning, each individual toe gets a massage from the base all the way to the end of the nail. Oh, this feels so good. For me, anyway. So each toe gets loving attention, thanking your toes for helping you walk. Nice massage. Whee! And then the big toe, of course, you're not going to forget that one. And once you feel complete with the toe massaging, you can take your bird hand and you can rummage around on the underside of the toes, getting blood flow going in there. And then you're going to take the two thumbs. You're going to start massaging the big toe ball mound and the little toe ball mound and working your way in towards the center. And then those thumbs are going to move down the inner and outer edge of the foot. They're going to hit the arch. We're not going to neglect the arch, even if it's flat. And then we're going to I'm taking all my fingers to do the heels in any creative way you can find to give a nice massage to the heels. And then I'm taking the two hands and massaging in opposite ways, like you're unscrewing the jar, the cover of a jar, a glass jar. Give that a good massage. And then you take your bird hand one more time and you take down through the trough of the bones on the top of the foot, covering every part of the surface of the top of the foot. And when that feels complete, you're going to take a fist and you're going to just Massage that arch area, the nice steady pummel. And when that feels like it's complete, 2 hands gently tapping and bringing more blood flow into the foot and the ankle. And if you want to get more heavy duty, you can give them a good slap. And then bringing that to stillness, unwinding those feet and just noticing how happy those feet are. So finding yourself now in your chair, very comfortable. Sitting nice and tall, you can go ahead and lean into the back of the chair if that's available, but not collapsing. Feet are flat, hands can come just onto the thighs. And just notice, imagine the head is like a helium balloon and it's attached to a golden thread, taking you up into the sky. So the crown of the head lifting tall, the sits bones grounding into the chair, the 4 corners of each of those happy feet grounding into the earth. And just scanning the body, noticing the effects of your work, of your practice, and breathing into any residual tension that might remain. And beginning to notice relaxation forming in the soles of those feet, as though you're inserting them into a hot tub. And that relaxation creeps up into the feet and the ankles and the low legs, the calves and the shins. It envelops the knees, and then it moves into the thighs. You're sinking into this delicious hot tub. The legs and the feet become very heavy and relaxed. It moves up into the hips, the buttocks, the pelvis, into the belly, the waist, the torso, moving up into the chest and the shoulders, and rolling down both arms all the way to the fingertips, all the way to the fingertips. It envelops the throat and the neck, and then it envelops the head, all the way to the crown of the head. The back of the neck releases. The face and the jaw let go. The tongue lies at the bottom of the mouth, teeth slightly apart. Eyes sink deep into the skull, as though a white circle of healing light envelops the entire body. Noticing back body and front body, right side and left side. Noticing the whole body together, the whole body together, the whole body together. And while we rest here in the chairs, floating along, here's a poem from David White entitled "Everything is Waiting for You." Your great mistake is to act the drama as if you were alone. To feel abandoned is to deny the intimacy of your surroundings. Surely even you at times have felt the grand array, the swelling presence, and the chorus crowding out your solo voice. The stairs are your mentor of things to come, and the doors have always been there to invite you in. Put down the weight of your aloneness and ease into the conversation. The kettle is singing even as it pours you a drink. All the birds and creatures of the world are unutterably themselves. Everything is waiting for you. And on your next inhale, let's just float the arms up overhead, hands meet in prayer, and just dropping them down the midline, stopping at the heart, Samastiti. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May you know peace. I salute the bright light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you for being here today. Let me stop the recording. And